founder's dorm. You don't come in as an entrepreneur. You don't come in as a business student, finance, right? Like, but there's something there. What was it?
In retrospect, I think what it was is there had been this latent interest in making things and like taking ideas and making them real. That's probably the purest form of it. I didn't articulate that until recently, probably this kind of through line,
Mm-hmm.
but it was awesome. And I've always had this kind of distaste for hierarchy. And a lot of it is like invisible hierarchy that exists around us. It became pretty obvious to me. I remember there was a speaker we had come talk to our club, the Entrepreneurship Club, the Business Builders Club at Ohio State. And he brought up the idea. He said, when you start your own business and you can put founder in your email signature, people will open your emails that otherwise wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And that spoke to me. That was like a shortcut. I thought, oh, I want to be able to talk to people regardless of, whatever my employment status is. I like the idea that I could communicate and be somewhat of a peer to anybody by virtue of taking this risk and going out on my own and building my own thing. And that's a true phenomenon. I've seen that over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
When you place yourself at the top of this invisible perception based hierarchy as a one of one, the founder of this thing, more people will give you the time of day and talk to you
Mm-hmm.
and give you opportunities. And once I got a taste for that, it became really hard to go back
Mm-hmm.
because it's really obvious when you go in the opposite direction that this hierarchy is meaningless and
Mm-hmm.
that why would you give me less of a chance because of a choice I've made in the employment side of my life. So it's been really hard to go back in that way.
Yeah, yeah. I often will say and have experienced, and I know others that have had the same experience will say that when they make that leap, that entrepreneurial leap, they take the jump, and they realize it's for them, they become unemployable. At
Mm-hmm.
that point, and it's funny. We're a little bit apart in age, and so you're in college while apps are becoming a thing, and now looking at kind of Web3 world, what you experienced was a taste, really, of what's now becoming, I think, and will over the next decade become a massive shift. That what you just said, it becomes the norm where you don't need to build a resume, work your way up a corporate ladder, have all the credentials that creators, you can be valued for an idea, for
Yeah,
effort, for any number of artistic ability, anything that you are good at, passionate about. You can now, we know you can sit in your basement and record videos on your phone, and that can be your life.
yeah, yep,
It's a whole new shift in that approach to how you work,
totally,
which personally I think is amazing.
totally. And it's not
Yeah.
for everybody. I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday. We're very similar in the fact that we've built this life for ourselves now, where we have ultimate choice. Really, we can do whatever we want with our time, and it becomes kind of existential then. And we have this pressure of like, well, I want my business to be successful and bring me joy also, and bring in good money. We put so much pressure on the business to check all the boxes for our life, including fulfillment and enjoyment. um, and it's hard to put all that expectations on any one thing. It'd be the same if you try to put all that on a partner.
Mm-hmm,
um,
mm-hmm.
but we do live in a time when it is possible to thread that needle and build a lifestyle around your creative energy, your creative work that fulfills you,
Mm-hmm.
sustains you, and gives you like ultimate optionality.
Yeah, and I think there's this, thing that sounds like it's true for you, where like you actually get to taste that. There's this like aha where you're like, oh, that's what it is. I don't want to go back to that other thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not going back. And it is very much, I think an existential thing, maybe more so, for me or for people as they get older or depending on your background, where you're from, that's why I'm kind of always curious to start, at the beginning, to see how those things may have impacted your path.